This very short video, I'm going to tell you what the American media does not, or the intel agencies, any of them, nobody wants anybody to know this, including the media, who is basically the American intel agency. They're all agents of the American intel cartel, basically, is what it is. Everybody, all these agencies in America are a cult, and then the media is part of that cult, who literally run the country, wag the dog. President Trump's just a prop like every other president, okay? They're all transhumanist. But I can break this down for you, and this is what they don't want you to know. And it's real simple, and this is how they communicate, okay? If you know, like I know, that in outer space there's fusion GPS, right? So you got the global puppeteering system, been around for a long time. It's not global positioning system, it's doing more than that. Lockheed Martin's got technology out there. Sputnik means fellow traveler or agent, right? That's what that means. Now, when you have something come out in the media that says President Trump was being peed on by Russian hookers, right? And the name, this is how you have to think about this stuff. The information's right there. It's real easy to understand if you know all the moving pieces, okay? If you know what's in space and how it works. And I even patented it, and then I was tortured by the United States government shortly after that because I patented what they're using. And when that made it to the patent office, they tried to kill me like they do anybody else that tries to patent anything like this, because you just figure it out, right? Fusion GPS, okay, that means the global puppeteering system has quantum AI fused into it. That's what Sputnik is, fellow traveler or agent. And that technology beams signals down to our nanotechnology chipped minds, which vaccines had the technology in it that attaches to your neurons. It works its way up there, attaches to your neurons. Signals are driven from satellites in outer space, and it turns you into a transhumanist, and you can receive, you're like a cell phone, basically, is what you turn into. A radio transmitter, right? Your mind turns into a radio transmitter that sends and receives, literally. So, swear to God, this isn't science fiction. This is what transhumanism is, and this is what the occult is, okay? Satan equals Satellites Anonymous. Satan, Satellites Anonymous, okay? Oh, trust me, it all works, all of it. Fusion GPS was the name of that dossier. Russian hookers were leaking information to President Trump by peeing on him. It's all symbolism. So what that was stating in a very the Sputnik set that one up, I'm pretty sure, to point out things. Or maybe it was Lockheed Martin. It doesn't matter which one of them set it up, because it's right there in front of you. And what that means is Sputnik was leaking information to President Trump, which isn't illegal. Fusion GPS. Sputnik is Fusion GPS. Sputnik is attached to the global puppeteering system. Sputnik drives signals down to transhumanist minds. The transhumanist mind, President Trump's a transhumanist, this is a fact, I know that for a fact, was receiving information from Sputnik, which was leaks about America that they don't want the President of the United States to know, because he's only supposed to be a prop. But he still holds the presidential office, right? You see how that works? The media and this intel agency cartel runs the United States. That's the deep state. Now, President Trump, all of these presidents in the past are blackmailed, okay? They're blackmailed into the Stone Age before they become president. They're not going to let anybody be president that's not blackmailed. Look how fast they attacked Tulsi Gabbard, okay? She was a major in the army. She's clean, all right? The only reason they was attacking Trump's because they wanted Hillary Clinton to get elected, but they got blackmail on Trump too. You can rest assured. Anybody that's running for any kind of office in America is blackmailed, and they don't want them to know anything, right? So that's what that was. Fusion GPS is Sputnik fused to GPS, a quantum AI system that was leaking information to President Trump, which is not illegal. If Russia wants to give you information and you're the President of the United States of America, there's no law against that. It is not illegal to do that. It is legal. There is nothing wrong with it. As a matter of fact, it should be welcomed if another country wants to give you critical information. So that's what was happening, and it was pissing the deep state off because they were all getting scared they were about to get busted, and they did get busted because Sputnik kept leaking the information, Fusion GPS, and Russian hookers were leaking on President Trump. It was all symbolism, the whole thing. All of this was just it was a quantum AI arms race. Sputnik, Lockheed's involved, China's involved, and they all have satellites in outer space. Now you got Elon Musk putting Neuralink out in outer space. So you've got all these different entities that can deliver water down to Earth, which can be water that is dangerous to the government, right? Because that water probably has classified intelligence in it, just like I just described. And that's what all that was about. I just thought I'd enlighten you, America, to what's actually going on and how ridiculous this technocracy that they developed, a globalist technocracy, which is hacking our minds and removing our souls and turning us into slaves. And if you do not comply, it will torture you for 4 years like it did myself. So, yeah, I just happened to have some supernatural from the cosmos that countered that after I learned your entire operating system so I could bend all of you over and ram it right up your fucking asses. You're welcome.